Hey folks, what's happening? AC Mike here, Atlantic City. The AC stands for Atlantic City. Make sure you come visit us sometime. We're going to interview a couple gentlemen here from the Atlantic City Theater Company, talking about We Start Productions. We're talking about music. We're talking about Monopoly City Music Series. We're talking all kinds. We're talking the arts. Guys, introduce yourselves to the folks.
Thank you. My name is Jeremy Rotolo. I'm the Executive Director of Atlantic City Theater Company.
My name is Michael Farr. I am the Artistic Director of the Atlantic City Theater Company.
Oh, awesome. So, listen, first of all, we want to thank you here in Atlantic City for bringing the arts. I mean, it's been a big movement recently in the last few years. You would think that this is something that was bedded in here in Atlantic City, although we have the arts in the big buildings. We needed the independent type, I believe, and it's proven so with you folks coming in and others like you. Mike, tell us a little bit about your passion and what brought you here to Atlantic City, and also, again, the passion for the arts.
Truly. So I guess my passion for the arts in general comes from, when I was in school, I was always in the miscellaneous pile of people, and I found that those people often mix nicely with artistic people, and so that kind of just got me into the realm of theater. I went to Stockton, so that's why I started in this general area. But coincidentally, my great-grandfather was a magician, and he used to perform in Atlantic City, and so like having arts in Atlantic City is something that is special to me.
So that's awesome. I mean, again, for you, it seems like it's in the DNA. It's there, and I'm sure you're sharing it, and the Stockton tie is nice, the South Jersey tie. Jeremy, same to you, passion.
Yeah, similar story to Michael. I went to Barnegat High School, and I started a little later in life. I got into theater probably senior year of high school, and the reason I did that was because I had a few friends in theater. I had friends all over the place, and so they invited me to come out for a play. I did the play. I knew the second I stepped on that stage that's what I wanted to do the rest of my life. And I actually met Michael at Stockton as well. So we both went to Stockton University. We've been here in Atlantic City for a while. So when we started it seemed like there was no better location to do it than Atlantic City.
So tell me, when you say a while, the theater, how long have you guys been here in AC?
So we were offering workshops since 2018.
Well, I was going to say,
go ahead,
interestingly enough, the first time I ever met Jeremy before we were in school, I got a text from my friend that was like, "Hey, do you want to dress up in a Scooby-Doo costume? We'll pay you like $100. We just like need to promote our business." And I was like, "Sure, okay." And so I went, and Scooby-Doo costume, it was great. And Jeremy was actually performing in a Shakespeare Bridge production, with XYZ. And so that's where I first met him in, what was that, Kennedy Plaza?
Kennedy Plaza?
Oh,
yeah, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That was, what, 2012?
That was 2012, so that's when
wow,
we were,
okay.
yeah. And then we've done a few productions together at Stockton and got closer. But yeah, 2012.
So when you bring Kennedy Plaza, and I sit here, and this is not something that we were going to talk about, I was going to talk, but I kind of think the independent arts, what you do, different bands and music, started getting its vibe there, right at Kennedy Plaza in 2010, 11, 12, the free concerts and whatnot. So that's great that's where you two met. Yeah. I know that's where I grabbed my beach chair quite a bit and popped myself during the week. Carmen Murata has music series, Broadway on the Boardwalk. There's another one. So I think I met you guys at one of your workshops. Tell me about the workshops.
Sure.
Very familiar with Dante Hall. I am. Let's let our folks know some of it. Some of your work is done there, or most of it.
Most of it, when Stockton was
running it.
Right. So we started our workshops in late 2018. We weren't officially incorporated until 2019, right? But we were doing the workshops there since 2018, and we were doing that all the way through essentially till COVID hit. And then we stopped doing the workshops and moved to a more virtual platform that way.
Okay.
It is what it is, but they continued, and it was fine because it was a completely new platform that people weren't used to see, which was cool.
Right. And again, we popped out there, me and my buddy Dave Damiani, and I think we even met with one of your, somebody from the theater company, about talking about maybe leasing down the road
Right.
when they were putting it up for lease. So what do you see coming for 2021, summer, fall, winter? But also give us a little bit, and I want both of you to tie into this, what COVID did. What did you do during COVID? Mike, start with you.
Surely. So our next project that we have coming up in mid to late May, we're doing what's called Project Bifrost. The initial idea was to do a production that was a fundraiser to help people that were struggling during the pandemic, either with medical bills or rent bills or whatever. And so we tried to see if we could do specific shows, and then we ended up just settling on creating our own type of review of original content. And so that's where we got Project Bifrost. Bifrost is the bridge. I don't know if you're a nerd like I am. Bifrost is the bridge in Asgard that connects all of the 9 realms.
Didn't know that, but now I
Okay,
do.
learn something every day.
Kick
Sure,
it, bro.
yeah. And so the idea with Bifrost is that we are trying to connect everyone that is in this, era disconnected. So that's coming up in mid-May. It's virtual. We're having people, again, write original content. So that's going to be exciting.
Also, too, just to jump in really quick, what's great about Bifrost is that we have these artists creating their original content based around a specific social cause they would like to see advocacy for. So then once we do this live capture and we stream it, we're going to also raise funds for those specific causes that they created the piece for.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Oh yeah. So and it's great that you touch on that. I mean, again, what they do at We Star and also the Monopoly City
Right.
Music Series is all about the artists. We're giving back as we give something and share something great. I believe that the forum, the platforms of social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, we could go on and on. The intention, I believe, was to share. Originally, whether it was Zuckerberg or whoever, hey, share a picture, share. And I think we're bringing it back to its original, sharing great music, a great cause, the arts and whatnot. Tell us what you feel, where it's going. And I mean, you're that generation, you know what I mean? So how we can bring it back to not so much the political craziness. I mean, I get it, people want to do that, or the judgmental, just to the arts and the fact that you just want to share something positive and put it out there.
Truly. So as much as I think that Atlantic City Theater Company is a company for the theater community of Atlantic City, the way that I think we're trying to function is more as a theater company for the Atlantic City community as a whole, if that makes sense. And so as we move forward and try and figure out what we're even capable of doing in this time and what we want to do in this time, we really are looking to see how we can support specifically the people and the different parts of the Atlantic City community and the greater Atlantic City community
Exactly.
beyond that.
Right.
I'd really to
So Jet, and when you talk about the greater Atlantic City community and Atlantic City, the 401, the 48 blocks, whatever you
Right.
want to call it, we always have to realize too that over 25 million people a year come to Atlantic City, whether it be
Right.
for a day, a night, or whatever it may be. So that's the Atlantic City community too.
Right.
So we kind of sometimes, and I'm not saying you gentlemen are doing that, but we confine ourselves to, well, it's about Atlantic. No, you want
Right.
those folks that come to go to the grand casinos and shows to tinker down, whether it be Dante Hall or wherever you may be having a show. Speak on that how you want that mass.
I mean, that's a huge part of our demographic. I mean, at the end of the day, Atlantic City is a destination, and we are very well aware of that. And so we plan to capitalize that in the sense that when we put on a show and we have all these artists from maybe Philadelphia, New York City, surrounding areas, Ocean County, whatever, we have all these artists come to participate in this one production. We want those people to see what we're doing and stay in Atlantic City. That's the point, is that we want to be doing something so crazy, so amazing that people want to stay here and work here, whatever it may be.
Yep.
You know?
So I mean, again, you bring that work thing up. When you say stay here, part of staying in Atlantic City is playing in Atlantic City
Right.
or working or live. And my thing is always live, work, play. Live, work, play, AC.
Right.
And you're bringing it right back again. You guys are working, you're putting it in, you're playing, having fun, but also it's about the arts and bringing something that I think a culture, and I'm not saying which one has lost it. We've kind of lost it, or maybe not lost it, but let it get away from us. That it's right here.
Yeah.
It's right. I mean, back in the day, it was the Steel Pier. They were having all these theater shows and that sort of thing. So we don't want to live in the past. You guys are bringing us out of the past. With that, to you, Jeremy, biggest production you guys put on.
Biggest production. Okay, so so when we did in the midst of COVID, when we did the production MidSummer for 48 Blocks, great festival by the way. We did a live capture of MidSummer, and we shot it all within a week with a 2 cameras, and we edited another week, and then we put it out for the next week. So it was a 2-week time constraint that we had to put this whole Shakespearean production on. Right?
I love
and get it done for
this.
48 blocks.
Yeah.
And it turned out really great. It was really well
Organized chaos. I may take it like it's some sort of.
not even organized, just complete chaos. But we made it through.
Right. That's awesome. That
And
is-
they could also see that on our YouTube page as well.
We're going to talk about where they can find you. Listen, what you guys have shown is that through COVID that you put the gas down. Don't stay, idle. This is when you could get out and do your thing and show people. Where do you see, Mike, the production company, the theater company in 5 years?
Ooh, 5 years.
Good
Okay,
question.
so I think we have been grateful in a sense with the timeline of COVID, meaning it has given us time to regroup and figure out exactly what we want to do. Because usually we would have just been doing a production and then a production, and there wasn't so much in that time frame to stop and think.
Right.
And so it was nice that we got a chance to do that. And so there's definitely part of our company that is working toward doing shows, both plays and musicals during the, academic school year. We're also looking into starting a summer stock series in the Atlantic City area in coordination with Stockton University. But we're also, aside from doing productions, trying to expand both educationally and digitally. So educationally, we're looking at doing school tours for Read Across America. We could do things like, we could do a Shakespearean play for high school, or we could do something like Into the Woods Junior for a middle school. And hopefully in doing that, we could obviously get more people interested in the arts. We could show schools why funding for the arts is important. And so I guess aside from that, digitally, obviously theater, nothing is going to be the same anymore as we move forward in terms of the way that theater and culture is spread on this digital platform. And so we're also looking to expand pretty extensively our digital, repertoire or online catalog of content through different types of YouTube series and things of that nature.
Nice. Jeremy, want to touch on that?
Yeah, I would love to, in the next 5 years, I would love to have our own venue here in Atlantic City that we could, help other artists, other maybe, hopefully more nonprofit theater companies pop up. That would be great. So yeah, I would really like to have our own venue here in Atlantic City so that we could help have
That
a
would be
home
great.
base.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be great, whether it's teaching,
Education,
educating, right?
whatever,
Yeah, STEM.
yeah.
And listen, I'm a big fan of STEAM. So anytime I go to any of these meetings I go to, I hear about STEM all the time. I said, man, you guys are forgetting the A. Don't forget the A. Throw that A in the
Right.
arts.
Thank
Always
you.
throw the
Yes.
arts in there.
Yeah.
Listen, we want you guys to excel. We're so glad that you're here.
Thank you.
The Monopoly City Music Series is going to be a big part of Atlantic City this spring, this summer, this fall. Moving forward, Restart Productions and the Atlantic City Theater Company. We're glad you're here. Last word to the two of you. Let them know. You talk to them, not me.
Hello, camera. I don't know. We are extremely grateful to We Start Production, so thank you for doing this. It means a lot, and yeah, that's all from us. You can see us in mid-May with Project Bifrost. Hope to see you there.
And Mike, last word to you also. Tell folks where they can find us.
So you can find us at AtlanticCityTheaterCompany.com. Okay. We also have social media, Instagram, Twitter, all of those. So you can find us there for sure. And I just want to reiterate, we're very grateful for this opportunity and all of the opportunities that we hopefully will continue to have in this community.